DPS troopers have been involved in more high-speed chases along the southern border. A watchdog group has been critical of the deaths and injuries from those chases. Fox 4's Stephen Dial spoke to DPS. He's live in studio. Stephen.
Clarice, some have been critical of DPS chasing vehicles along the border because it's resulted in injuries and deaths. Officials say overall they are arresting people who are committing crimes and keeping drugs out of our communities. As more migrants are trying to illegally enter the U.S. through Texas, DPS troopers have been involved in more high-speed chases. Operation Lone Star has netted human smugglers, illegal migrants, and criminal transporting drugs. But those chases have also resulted in dozens of deaths.
And the majority of these crashes that are taking place that result in injury or death, it is because of a traffic violation, either driving on the wrong side of the road, speed, or disregarding a red light or stop sign are the contributing factors to some of these crashes.
Crash.
Lieutenant Chris Oliveras posted multiple DPS chases from last week on the southern border. This one ended when an Illinois man crashed into the gate of Laughlin Air Force Base near Del Rio. The chase resulted in the apprehension of 5 smuggled migrants. One was a child. This week, the nonprofit group Human Rights Watch posted a study raising concerns about the pursuits and attributing them to at least 74 deaths on the border. Lieutenant Oliveras said 29 deaths have come from DPS chases, but he says the issue is more complicated than the numbers suggest.
So, for example, a trooper may start a chase, but then may lose sight of the vehicle or may back off for whatever reason, and another agency may then take over that pursuit. So they're taking into account those type of events.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects running.
Oliveras says every chase is unique and DPS troopers have to use discretion to pursue a vehicle or not. He says the overall purpose is effective to expose human smuggling and drug trafficking.
If our troopers are not stopping these vehicles, they would not be able to arrest these criminals, seize these deadly drugs that are making their way into our communities, and also the rescue of children.
While chases are not ideal, especially in residential areas, Oliveras says DPS will also be using helicopter support when available to cut down on car pursuits. He says some troopers also have new technology to make the chases safer.
A trooper has a GPS device mounted at the front of their vehicle and can deploy to the rear of a suspect vehicle, and the trooper can then back off safely and monitor that vehicle's movements using GPS coordinates.
Lieutenant Oliveras told me that they are also seeing a recent trend of people from out of states being hired to drive migrants and drugs into Texas. Last week alone, an Illinois man and Oklahoma man were arrested in South Texas. Clarice.
Stephen, thank you.